Solutions Review is on location at Boomi World in Las Vegas. Brought to you by Dell Boomi.
We are here at Boomi World 2018 in Las Vegas. I'm Doug Atkinson, and I'm lucky to be joined by the Chief Technology Officer at Dell Boomi, and that is Michael Morton. Thanks for being here.
Privilege is all mine, so thank you. This is fantastic to be here. I really appreciate it.
Well, we've had a nice little chat before we fired up the cameras, and I wanted to continue that conversation because I think it's an interesting one. And that really is about trends and where we're headed with regard to technology that's driving iPaaS. So let's assume that we all are content with the fact that Dell Boomi is in the Magic Quadrant and a leader and has been from the get-go, because you are, obviously, and I'm sure you don't want to,
Fortunately so.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just basically got the right formula.
Well, and you've been at it for a while.
Yep.
And you've been very deliberately extending that capability from not just now connections, but you really have a very full platform of solutions.
Yep, that's right.
So talk a little bit about where you see the data space going with all the external factors that are taking place right now.
Sure, I'll give you just say a few words about the journey itself. Is certainly Boomi knew that fundamentally it was about integration, right? With the onset of cloud, the journey started with the need for customers to adopt cloud technology. So it was developing a platform that helped them very easily and quickly integrate data between on-premise applications and cloud applications. Then the transformation was around accessibility to those APIs, which is API management, web services. So then Boomi saw the need that businesses wanted to expose and share that data, control it, mediate it, secure it, but make it accessible. So then came API management. Then was the recognition that now you have a different type of data explosion, let's say. I know people will tend to associate data explosion with the amount of data, which is true, but it also means the location of that data, really. So where traditional businesses have data in many different places on premise, now we're finding that it's doubling in having that data, the same data, in many places in the cloud. Now managing the cleanliness, the quality of that data between cloud and on-premise is the foundation for Master Data Hub. Is I now have some piece of data that I need to make sure is accurate and represented the same across cloud and on-premise, and Master Data Hub is that solution that now helps you maintain the quality, the accuracy, and the currency of that data between on-premise and cloud.
Well, and this is the paradox that companies are facing, is the ability to gather data and the ability to now integrate data with the responsibility that a lot of the new compliance regulations are expecting. So it's not so much, well, we can do almost anything we want anymore. It's now you can, but you still need to stay within new lines that are being drawn.
Sure, yeah, and a lot of it is just knowing where your data is.
Right.
I mean, that's really the fundamentals, is where is that data? And using an integration platform like Boomi, you can actually start to govern, like, where are you integrating data? That's the beauty of it.
Well, and I think companies are, quite frankly, behind the curve there. I don't think they have any clue.
No, absolutely not.
What they have.
Nope.
And part of the challenge is just how do you take stock of it all, and then it's not even whether we can connect it. It's where is it?
Exactly. Yeah, that will be an incremental journey, right? The more that you start thinking about an integration platform as your hub, right, where your data traffic is going to and from, the closer you're going to get to realizing where that data is, and the closer that you're going to get to be able to regulate that data because of per mandated policy, right? This is going to be very critical to try to consolidate down to a single unified platform. If you have multiple platforms, you're still going to be in trouble, but migrating to a single unified platform is going to help businesses achieve compliancy.
Well, and having the discipline around that compliancy, right? So there are always going to be enterprises who, because they can do certain things, will do them because in the past they've been able to. And I think regulation is only now catching up to what is able to happen within an enterprise data structure.
Hey, you hit on another good point, enterprise. How many different organizations are there in a quote-unquote enterprise company doing their own thing, right? That's the other problem.
Right.
Different solutions.
It's the Wild
platforms.
West down there in the Skunk Works department.
That's exactly right. So the benefit is if you adopt a solution like Boomi, which is a cloud-based, single-instance, multi-tenant, again, you're back on that consolidation and governance journey is, okay, now I don't have multiple solutions in my enterprise doing integrations. I have one, and therefore then we can start giving you insights into what are you doing as a whole business to give you insights into integration if you use a unified platform like Boomi.
So who do you present that story to? It strikes me that that's such a larger story that you need to be fairly high up the food chain.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you have got to present that vision of the benefit is, it is not just bringing in something like Boomi to solve one little small integration problem, not even close in an enterprise. It is about being your corporate integration platform, and you will need to talk to a high-level person to describe to them this. It's much bigger than that. In the benefits that you get from that platform, it will have a tremendous impact to the entire business.
Well, and I think that's why the full platform story is so powerful. But I'm curious, generally speaking, where do you see that executive buy-in? I mean, in terms of where are we in the adoption curve of that type of larger thinking that says, we need to get our organization completely coordinated here?
Slow.
Right.
I mean, has it ever been fast?
Well, that's right.
Exactly. I mean,
the solutions are always ahead of the decision makers.
It just takes time. Yeah, it takes time. But when you see the success of one enterprise, then the momentum picks up fast, right? When you see a successful enterprise business that they've delivered on their unified integration dreams, right? That's what we're seeing now. So it's just based on the maturity of the market. So Boomi in the enterprise space, now it's just steamrolling because other enterprise businesses see the success of the value of that unified platform to a very big business.
Well, and I think that really is part of it, right? Are the market leaders putting together those stories and really trumpeting them to the point where people say, okay, yeah, no, I see how this is going to work for me.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, we never. The one thing I always have to make sure I don't take for granted is the speed of adoption. For me as a CTO, I talk about IoT, I talk about blockchain, forward-thinking technologies, but businesses are really years behind that right now, right? So I can't be thinking about, hey, we're going to solve your problems 5 years from now, right? But the market is catching up. It's catching up now.
So if you could speak to a CTO at a large organization, what one piece of advice would you provide to them as they're facing 2019?
Oh, yeah. That's a tough. Thanks for the bombshell question.
Didn't I tell you I was going to ask?
I really appreciate that. To me, it's probably. I would be remiss if I didn't convey that understand the emerging technology market, right? First and foremost is truly understand the benefits of an integration platform as a service, right? Truly understand the ability to get under control your integration needs, your API needs, your master data needs, your orchestration or workflow needs, right?
Well, and that's going to take some time to start.
That's exactly right. Yep, you need each one of those pieces. Boomi's already ready to go, but as a CTO, I'm an engineer, by trade. I think very pragmatically. I think very small incremental wins. Build a sensible, achievable plan. I can't stress that enough. Don't boil the ocean, but build a sensible, incremental plan. Generate the credibility of your wins, right? One step at a time. And this is why the whole theme of Boomi is, your journey. It is a journey. So just be very crafty about the incremental business value that you get from integration, API management, master data management, and ultimately running your business using Boomi Flow.
Well, that's a great way to end it. Thanks very much for the time, Michael. That's as good advice as anybody can get. So
Great.
well
Thanks,
done.
Doug. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.